So Hypixel recently released their own unique take on the Skyblock genre. So basically you spawn on your own island, you cut down a tree, you bridge over to the other island, and then you log into Wynncraft.
Ever since watching Technoblade's video, I've always wondered, what is Wynncraft? As someone with thousands of hours on the largest Minecraft MMORPG, I'm here to give an honest comparison between Wynncraft and Hypixel. If you actually pay attention to Technoblade's video, he has over 7000 HP on Wynncraft, which means he grinded the game and took it seriously. So I figured someone should. This video is sponsored by Wynncraft, a full MMORPG inside of Minecraft with over 4.8 million players. They just dropped their biggest update in 7 years, which is actually insane timing for this video. Here's the IP if you wanna log in, and if you wanna support the channel, use code CreatorTrust. Now, as someone with thousands of hours in Skyblock, let's actually compare these two games properly. Wynncraft actually has a story, which is already more than I can say for Skyblock. You are a soldier from a place called Fruma. Your memories get wiped before you are shipped off to fight a spreading corruption threatening the entire world. That's the mission: fight the corruption and save Wynncraft. Instead, you spend most of the time getting sidetracked into completely different continents and fighting monsters. Main character syndrome. So, it's basically an isekai anime where you wake up in a new world with no memories, immediately start causing trouble, and act like the main character, which is genuinely a better promise than whatever Hypixel Skyblock is. There's farming, dragons, and that's about it. Back to Wynncraft. Leveling up in Wynncraft is straightforward. Kill monsters, get XP, level up. The XP you get scales with the monster's level, so there is always a reason to push forward into new areas. You can also do quests, which gives a massive chunk of XP, and honestly, questing is the more enjoyable way to level up anyway, because you're actually seeing the world instead of standing in one spot. There's also a strategy called power leveling, where you head to the highest level mob you can survive and just farm them in a loop for insane XP per hour. I don't recommend it. The game is way more fun if you actually play it, but it exists. Now for Skyblock. Skyblock is basically cooked. Every skill has one or two best methods that you should grind for the XP. Progression feels linear and you don't actually have a bunch of choices. Combat XP, Blaze Slayer. Mining XP, Mineshaft. You find the best method and you run it until you're maxed out. That's the game. Wynncraft takes this one, not even close. The options are just better. Now for Wynncraft. Wynncraft has continents, multiple provinces with completely different biomes, weather, architecture, mob designs, and you go from a snow province to a desert biome to a corrupted wasteland, and everything looks and feels distinct. Every mob is custom built for the biome it's in, different textures, different attack patterns, different builds. The world feels alive in a way that's genuinely impressive for a Minecraft server. The dungeons also have actual parkour sections built into them. That means it's not an afterthought, it's a feature. Every dungeon has puzzles and platforming alongside the combat. Skyblock, on the other hand, has cool world design too. The islands are well built, can't deny that. The biomes are varied, but the mobs are almost entirely vanilla Minecraft reskins. The one exception is Kudra. Those tentacles go hard, man. I will not take criticism on this. For the quests and stories, Wynncraft has hundreds of quests, and the NPCs actually feel connected to each other. Characters you meet early in the game show up again, reference things that happened and remember you. Quests also have significant XP and loot. They're not optional side content, they're genuinely the best way to progress, and they're all tied to the world's story, so the one quest actually advances the narrative. For Skyblock, on the other hand though, you talk to an NPC, they ask you to kill 50 of something, or bring 50 of something, you do it, they give you a 2 XP reward, and you never see them again. So the NPC was a delivery mechanism, not even a character. They could be replaced by an interface or a block, and they will still do their job. Wynncraft mogs Skyblock in this category. It's not even a competition. Now for combat. Wynncraft actually has great combat. So many abilities, it's almost overwhelming. Every class has full ability tree with dozens of options, and you're actively casting spells in rotation during every fight. Most classes have what's called a spell cycle. You rotate through 2 or 3 spells in a specific order to maximize your damage while managing your mana. Once you figure out your cycle, the fights feel fluid and satisfying. The downside is the ability tree is genuinely massive. When you first open it as a new player, you will close it immediately and go touch grass. Skyblock combat is more straightforward. Your damage comes from your gear, your armor, and a handful of active abilities. The skill expression is less about buttons you press and more about knowing which setup to build and for which content. The learning curve is actually steeper in Skyblock, not because combat is complex, but because the game is full of technical knowledge you need to learn. Kudra and Master Mode 7 aren't hard because of mechanism, they're hard because of preparation. It's different. Wynncraft rewards active gameplay, while Skyblock rewards preparation and game knowledge. Both are valid in my opinion. Now for classes. Wynncraft has 5 classes: Mage, Warrior, Archer, Assassin, and Shaman. Each one plays completely differently, uses different weapons, and has complete separate ability trees. On top of that, each class has 3 archetypes, typically subclasses that push the class into a different direction. 5 classes, 3 archetypes classes each, which means 15 different playstyles. And your progress on each class is separate. So if you wanna try a different class without using anything on your main, you could. Skyblock doesn't have official classes though, but the community has made up these 3: Melee, Mage, and Archer, and that's about it. You pick a damage type and you build into it. And sadly, it's always the same armor though. If you play as Archer or a Melee player, you'll be using the same gear for each class. Wynncraft wins easily on variety, though I will say having 15 archetypes does mean 15 ability trees to understand. My brain does hurt just thinking about it. Now for the final comparison. The community of both games. Skyblock has more players, a lot more, which means if you're stuck or you're confused, there's always someone who can help you. Or at the minimum, there are thousands of YouTube videos covering exactly your problem. For Wynncraft, I asked for help a few times and got nothing back. The game has 4.8 million players, but most of them are not standing next to you when you're actually needed. That said, Wynncraft learning curve is actually gentler than Skyblock if you approach it right. Most classes have straightforward spellcast and spell cycle, and the quests guide you through the world naturally. You don't need to watch a 3-hour guide before you can play. Just follow the game guide and you should be good. Skyblock learning curve is exponential. Early game is fine, mid game is manageable, but late game requires technical knowledge that took the community years to figure out, specifically for something like Kudra or M7. It's not hard because the combat is hard, it's hard because you need to know things, a lot of things, and nobody explains them to you. Wynncraft is easier to get into, Skyblock is deeper once you're in. Both are true. So, which one is better? Well, it depends on what you want. If you want a game with actual story, diverse world design, active combat, and a reason to explore, Wynncraft is genuinely impressive. The fact that this runs inside Minecraft with no mods is insane. If you want deep progression system and content that seems to never end, Skyblock has tons, Wynncraft doesn't. I went in as a Skyblock player with thousands of hours, and I came out actually wanting to keep playing Wynncraft. That's probably the most honest review I can give you. If you want to try it, the server IP is here. Use creator code TRUST for 5% off, and they just dropped their biggest expansion in 7 years, so it's actually a good time to start. Subscribe if you're new, and see you in the next one.